one of the most famous and tragic love story on Portuguese's history, the eternal love story of King Pedro I and Inês de Castro. The story began after Prince D. Pedro I's wife was annulled, because it was never consummated. After that he had the second arranged married, with D. Constanca Manuel, a young noble woman. From the royal family of Castro, Pedro married Constanca at the age of 19 on 1339 in Lisbon. However, Pedro was unhappy with his marriage, because it was not his choice, and was for political purposes and forming an alliance for his father. Then he met with Constanca's handmaiden named Inês de Castro. Pedro then fell in love with her, and Inês was willing to accept the prince's love. Then they had a secret relationship together. As time went by, their relationship began to become less hidden and became known to the public. Although he was married, Pedro had frequent romantic encounters with Inês in the gardens of Quinta das Lagrimas. The queen tried to end the affair by making Inês godmother to her children, but failed. Pedro and Inês' secret affair became public as soon as Queen Constanca died, giving birth to Pedro's child. Constanca died in 1345, giving birth to the future King D. Fernando I. After Constanca's death, Pedro and Inês started living together as husband and wife, which deeply offended the court, the people, and his father D. Afonso IV, who always opposed the relationship, despite the strong opposition and lack of support. Pedro and Inês lived happily with their children for years in Pacos de Santa Clara, Coimbra. The birth of their four children, however, worsened the situation because D. Afonso IV had always felt like one of his own father's bastard children would put his succession at risk. Rumors of Pedro and Inês wanting to assassinate the young Prince D. Fernando I began to spread, and with the court's constant pressure on, King Afonso IV decided that it was time to kill him. So he gathered a group of men and demanded that they kill her. He ordered Inês to be assassinated in January of 1355. She was killed in Quinta das Lagrimas, and it is said that her tears sprouted what is now called the Font das Lagrimas. When Pedro knew the truth, he became furious and wanted to start a war with his father. But his mother, Queen Beatriz, appealed for peace and made her son give up on this idea. At the time, Pedro also swore not to hunt down the men who killed the love of his life. Pedro never forgave his father for killing the love of his life. When his father died, Pedro was crowned king in 1357. He changed his mind and demanded the killers to be found and killed. He finally arrested Inês' assassins and brutally executed them. He ripped out their hearts, and because of this, he earned the epithet of Pedro, the Cruel. Pedro also swore that he married Inês in secret, and he imposed her recognition as Queen of Portugal. After that, he ordered Inês' body to be lifted from her tomb. According to legend, Pedro placed Inês' body on the throne with a crown on her head, making her the first and only Portuguese queen crowned after her death, and had the nobles kiss the hand of her corpse. In April of 1360, he ordered her body to be moved from Coimbra to the Mosteiro Real de Alcobaça, where he ordered magnificent tombs to be built so he could rest forever side by side with his eternal love. The tombs were constructed between 1358 and 1367. And although it is unknown who built the tombs, many believe he was Portuguese, with some French influences. The tombs are located at Alcobaça Monastery, as King Pedro wanted. The immortal love story of Pedro and Inês has inspired Portuguese authors to write beautiful literature,